This is Barry Zalma speaking for Claim School Incorporated's fraud newsletter, Zalma's Insurance Fraud Letter, for September 15, 2024. This volume 28, number 18 of Zalma's Insurance Fraud Letter is a continuation of its 28th year of publication, dedicated to those involved in reducing the effect of insurance fraud. ZIFL is published 24 times a year by Claim School Incorporated and is written by me. It is provided free to anyone who visits the site in the link, which is also available in a link at zalma.com/blog. This issue contains some of the following articles about insurance and insurance fraud. First, note that it is dangerous for an insurance fraudster to ignore court orders. Where a court ordered the Department of Justice and the U.S. Attorney in Minnesota to indict a serial fraudster for criminal contempt. The United States District Court described defendant Alberto Marzan as a serial fraudster who has largely managed to dodge accountability for victimizing individuals in the entertainment industry. Plaintiff Micheline Joseph sued Marzan and his company Press Media Group after Marzan fraudulently induced Josephs to issue a series of bogus investments and other payments, and when Marzan failed to respond, the court entered default judgment for Joseph and awarded damages and equitable relief, including a requirement that Marzan divest from his enterprises and provide any future potential investors, employees, or business associates with copies of the court's default judgment order and his 2014 guilty plea for insurance fraud in a case called Michelina Josephs versus Jose Marzan, decided August 22, 2024 in the United States District Court for the District of Minnesota. Then there's a full article or follow-up article on McClenny Mosley and Associates issues with this 35th installment, where McClenny Mosley and Associates have problems with U.S. district courts in Louisiana and what appears to be an effort to profit from what some magistrate and district judges indicate may be criminal conduct, to profit from insurance claims relating to hurricane damage to the public of the state of Louisiana, including an August 6, 2024 decision dealing with PCG Consulting, who obtained an assignment agreement of some of the MMA claims that whoever gave it to them had no right to it. You can read the full article and the full 18 pages of ZIFL at the link provided in the blog. Then there's a notation about a Louisiana advisory letter about insurance fraud, where the Louisiana Legislature's Act 389 broadened the definition of fraudulent insurance acts to include things like a contractor working as a public adjuster without a license and other fraudulent claims that had not been noted in the statutes before. Then there's an article on health insurance fraud convictions with dozens of convictions, including one where a health insurer was required to pay $7.6 million for using a banned Medicare provider. A company called Fidelis contracted with social worker Ward Halverson despite his criminal conviction, license suspension, and ban from the Medicaid program, only to find that Fidelis is required to pay the state and the federal government $7.6 million. Then there's an article from Iowa about a sting run by the Iowa Insurance Division, where 4 roofing companies, including Reeves Roofing, were issued cease and desist orders for allegedly acting as unlicensed public adjusters, with a statute in Iowa much like the new statute in Louisiana. The crackdown follows concerns about roofers negotiating with insurance companies on behalf of owners without the proper licensing. According to Iowa law, contractors are prohibited from acting as both contractors and adjusters on the same project and must be licensed and trained to negotiate claims with insurers. You can read the full article in the full 18 pages of this issue of ZIFL at the link provided in the blog. Then there is a list of convictions of other than health insurance fraud, starting with an officer of the law sentenced for selling crash victim information to referral services for lawyers. Vincent Forrest, a former police officer with the Metropolitan Police Department, was recently sentenced in U.S. District Court to 20 months in prison for his role in a bribery scheme in which he unlawfully provided non-public police information in exchange for crash payments. You can read the full article and other stories about other than health insurance fraud at the link provided. Next is an article on the construction of insurance contracts for the insurance fraud professional, where I point out that to adequately investigate a potentially fraudulent claim, it is imperative that all involved know how insurance policies are read, understood, and interpreted by the courts, the insurance fraud investigator, the claims representative of the potentially fraudulent claim, and the lawyer called upon to represent an insurer faced with a potentially fraudulent claim who do not understand the interpretation of insurance policies will face unnecessary difficulties and may allow a fraud to succeed. You can read the full article in the full 18-page issue at the link provided. If this video was adapted from my blog Zalma on Insurance, which is available free to anyone who clicks on the URL zalma.com/blog. You can subscribe to the blog, and you will receive notice of every blog posting, usually 5 or 6 a week. And you can also subscribe to Zalma's Insurance Fraud Letter, which is published twice a month. And you'll get notice by email, and we do not sell or give away our email list. And if you're interested in further detail about insurance, insurance claims, insurance fraud, and insurance law, please consider for a very small fee subscribing to my Substack publication. Thank you for your attention.